I wouldn't consider myself a life coach, but I think I've learned one or two things along the way that have helped me, and I believe that they will help you too. And that's why I'm sharing this in this video. So in this video, I'm going to share just 3 things that are really, really important to living your best life and maximizing your potential. Today is just one of those days when I just feel like sharing something that I hope will be beneficial to somebody out there. And that's the whole point of this YouTube channel, for me to be able to express myself, things I'm really passionate about. And one thing I'm really passionate about is maximizing potential and increasing your productivity, your effectiveness, and your ability to get the kind of life that you want to get. Because I've had that story of being in a place where things were not really working out well for me, and I had to dig deep and look around and look within and see how to improve myself and improve my life and get better results. And these 3 things apply to you no matter your stage in life. So whether you are in a stage where you feel like things are not working out for you, or you feel stuck, you feel stagnant, or whether you're actually making progress and you need that extra boost, something to push you. Because I find that when I was in either of those scenarios where I felt stuck, or I felt like my life was not moving, or in those times when I felt like things are really picking up for me and things are moving, there are certain things that I look back at and I realize that those things are things that anytime I do them, I get results. First off, and I want to keep this video really short, first off is learning to practice gratitude. Right, so there are many instances in my life I've cast my mind back and I noticed that the minute or the day or the moment I decided to start focusing more on the things I'm grateful for, somehow things just, over the next few weeks, things just begin to work out. I remember a time I was working in Sokoto in northern Nigeria, and I felt really stuck. I felt really unhappy. And, I don't know, I just got that inspiration. Maybe it's things I used to listen to, because I listen to a lot of motivational videos, a lot of messages and so on. And I read books, and, I just got the inspiration to start being grateful. And yeah, I just spent some time every day, making a list of things I'm grateful for. Sometimes I try to keep a gratitude journal. Sometimes I just sing, Thanksgiving songs or praises, depending on if I'm feeling really spiritual. Sometimes all I just do is I just try to be aware of the things in my life that I'm really grateful for, and that always works. So if you're ever feeling stuck, like maybe you're not making progress, one of the things you can do is to start being grateful. All right, no matter where you are, there's always something that you can be grateful for. It could be your health, it could be your access to people or resources, it could be your friends, it could be a job, and again, there's also 2 sides to every coin. So even if you're in a job that you are not enjoying and you don't like, why not flip the script and say, I'm grateful that I even have a job? All right, because there are people out there who do not even have jobs, who do not have anything. So yeah, in everything there's always something to be grateful for. So that's number 1. So number 2 is stop complaining. Get yourself to the point where you refuse to complain about anything, because complaining actually drains your energy, it drains your power, it drains your motivation. There are certain times in your life where I was facing something that is really daunting. Like when I started working as a doctor, when I was going to do my internship, I knew I was going to go through a period of intense work, because I heard so much about doing internship, and I know that those were times when you could be working like 18 hours a day. In fact, 18 hours a day is minimum, and the work is pretty intense and it's high stakes because you're dealing with human lives. And I remember that time I just told myself that, okay, for the next 3 months, I'm not going to complain about one thing. And trust me, I don't know how I did it, but I went through that period very smoothly. And not only did I go through it smoothly, but I was able to learn a lot. I was able to gain a lot from that period. And other times in my life where I'm facing major change or where I'm experiencing something entirely new, like moving to a new place, getting a new job, starting a new contract, whatever it is, all right, if you just make up your mind that you are not going to complain about anything, and that includes people. You're not going to complain about people who piss you off. You're not going to complain about events. You're not going to complain about occurrences, things that don't go your way. You know, I'm the kind of person that when things don't go my way, I get pretty frustrated, and I'm sure a lot of us are like that. And so I found out that refusing to complain sort of helps you retain your power over that situation. You know, when you complain, you're weak. It makes you a victim more than somebody who is really thriving in that situation. So I learned that, you know, being able to go through life without complaining, and it's not easy. We're humans. I mean, there are several times in a day things happen and you just find yourself complaining. Driving through traffic, people driving crazy, you could end up complaining about the traffic, about the system. When I was in Nigeria, I complained a lot about so many things, and it took an effort to make up my mind not to complain, you know. And so the thing is that whatever you're complaining about, somebody else out there is wishing they were in your shoes, or somebody out there is going through worse than what you're complaining about. So learn to stop complaining, and this will give you your power and give you energy to face what is ahead and help you to maximize your potential. So that's number 2. And the third thing is something that I always talk about a lot, which is learning. And this is something that has always helped me to move ahead and stay ahead and to continue to, you know, thrive and maximize my potential. And that is learning, developing the attitude to always want to learn rather than spend time mindlessly scrolling through social media, complaining, or just sitting there idle. Sometimes it just helps to just pick up a good book and start reading, watch a YouTube video. So let me give you an instance. Like today I felt a little bit low, you know. I felt a little bit tired, a little bit out of sorts. And I was looking for something to help me just get off my ass and just get up and stay motivated, because you know how it is when you have a lot of things to do, but you just can't seem to find energy to move ahead. And so I just, you know, started browsing through YouTube, trying to look for something new to learn or somebody to listen to who maybe has a new and interesting perspective on life that is different from what I already know. And I stumbled across a guy. I'll put his name on the screen, but I can't remember right now. But after watching like 2 or 3 of his videos, I found my energy back because I learned a lot. And one of the things I learned today was I learned that there is a system to controlling your mind and controlling your reaction to life. There's a system to changing your outcomes in life, and one of those systems is tied around shifting your identity or defining your identity as a human being. If you learn how to work on your identity, which includes working on your values, your convictions, your beliefs, learning how to manage your thoughts, and you develop a system around managing those 3 things I mentioned, or 3 or 4 things I mentioned: your identity, your values, your convictions, your beliefs, your attitude, you know, all of those things. If you develop a system around managing those things, it will be easier for you to handle whatever comes your way in terms of dealing with life and, you know, staying on top of things. So that's what I learned today. It goes back to reinforce the point I made about learning, and the fact that constantly learning, constantly trying to learn new things is one of those 3 things that has helped me, you know, to move forward in life. And I hope that by sharing these 3 things with you, just remember the first one is developing an attitude of gratitude all the time. Number 2, closely related to the first, is not complaining and learning to stop complaining about life and about things. And then the third thing is developing an attitude for learning, to always want to learn new things all the time, especially when you're feeling low or you're not properly motivated. Get on YouTube, go online and do a new course, or just talk to somebody who you know is older and wiser than you and learn something from them, and you find that you'll be able to move on with more energy and more strength, and things will start working for you. So I hope that was helpful. See you in the next video.